Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything happening around you, both the good and the difficult, is not random but a sign that your life is being shifted towards something greater. Too often, people mistake struggles for setbacks, when in reality they are often hidden signals that success and blessings are approaching. The reason you should stay with me until the very end of this talk is simple. If you overlook these signs, you may miss out on the very opportunities designed to transform your life. These 5 signs are not just clues, they are life-changing markers that tell you your season of blessings is closer than you think. There comes a time in life when everything begins to feel uncertain, blurry, and without direction. Many people live years chasing distractions, pouring their time and energy into things that look attractive from the outside but never give lasting fulfillment inside. But then, almost like a spark being lit in the dark, there is a moment of clarity. You wake up one day, and something within you shifts. Suddenly, the things that once entertained you begin to lose their grip. The conversations that used to excite you feel shallow. The habits that once filled your time begin to feel empty. Instead, you feel drawn towards something deeper, something that gives your life meaning. This is the first and most powerful sign that life is shifting you towards success and blessings. When clarity of purpose enters your heart, clarity does not come all at once, nor does it arrive without reason. It often shows up after seasons of confusion, hardship, or even failure. Those difficult moments force you to question what truly matters, and through that questioning, you begin to filter out what does not belong. For example, someone might spend years pursuing a career they thought would make them happy, only to realize that their heart is pulling them in another direction. They may face setbacks, rejection, or dissatisfaction, but those very experiences become the doorway to clarity. It is in that shift that purpose begins to reveal itself. When clarity comes, it feels like alignment between your inner self and your outer actions. Suddenly, you recognize what deserves your focus and what doesn't. You find yourself saying no to things you once said yes to, not because you are rejecting life, but because you are choosing wisely. You are no longer interested in wasting time on what distracts you from growth. Instead, you invest in what nurtures you, what builds you, and what takes you closer to the person you were meant to become. That kind of focus is a strong indication that success is on the horizon, because nothing is more powerful than a person who knows exactly where they are heading. This clarity often comes with a sense of peace, even if the path ahead looks uncertain. There is calmness in knowing that you are no longer drifting. You may not have all the details, but you have direction, and direction is more important than speed. Many people rush in life without clarity, only to end up exhausted and empty. But when you have clarity of purpose, every step you take carries weight. Every effort counts because it is aligned with something greater than just temporary satisfaction. You begin to realize that success is not about doing more, but about doing what matters. Another sign of clarity is the shift in your energy. When you are aligned with your true purpose, you notice that you feel more motivated even when you are tired. You feel alive even when challenges arise. The reason is simple. When you are on the wrong path, everything feels heavy. But when you are on the right one, even difficulties feel meaningful. That inner drive is a blessing, because it gives you the fuel to keep moving forward even when others give up. It is a signal that your life is no longer stuck in cycles of distraction, but moving steadily towards something greater. Clarity also changes your perspective about people. You begin to recognize who belongs in your life and who doesn't. You no longer chase approval from everyone, because you understand that not all voices should influence your journey. Instead, you surround yourself with people who encourage growth, who challenge you to rise higher, and who respect your vision. This doesn't mean you look down on anyone, but it means you honor your purpose enough to protect it from negativity. That choice alone shifts your environment, creating space for blessings to enter. Many people underestimate this stage, thinking clarity is just a small realization. But in truth, it is a foundation for everything that follows. Without clarity, opportunities can come and go, and you won't recognize them. Without clarity, success may appear, but you won't know how to sustain it. Clarity gives you the eyes to see what others cannot, the strength to let go of what no longer serves you, and the wisdom to move with intention. It is the starting point where blessings begin to multiply, because you are finally prepared to receive them with gratitude and discipline. If you find yourself in a season where your heart is restless with the ordinary, pay attention. That inner dissatisfaction is not a curse, it is a signal. It means you are outgrowing old patterns and life is inviting you to step into a higher version of yourself. When your distractions lose power, when your desires mature, and when your focus sharpens, you are not losing anything. You are gaining everything. This is the moment where your future begins to unfold in ways you never expected. So when sudden clarity of purpose enters your life, do not ignore it. It is not just a thought passing through your mind. It is a powerful sign that life is shifting you towards success and blessings. It is your invitation to leave behind the shallow, to embrace the meaningful, and to walk with confidence into a future that is aligned with who you were always meant to be. That clarity is the beginning of your transformation, and once it takes hold, everything in your life begins to change. One of the most profound signs that your life is shifting towards success and blessings is the arrival of an unexplainable peace during times of chaos. Normally, when difficulties come, the natural reaction is to panic, to feel overwhelmed, to question everything, and to drown in the weight of uncertainty. Yet there are moments when, despite storms raging around you, you suddenly discover a calmness that you cannot fully explain. It is not that the problems have disappeared, nor that the challenges are smaller than before, but rather that something within you has grown stronger than the storms themselves. That peace is not ordinary. It is extraordinary. And it is a clear sign that you are stepping into a higher chapter of your journey. Peace in chaos is not the absence of problems, but the ability to remain centered even in the middle of them. Think about it, the world outside may be shaking. Relationships may be tested, finances may be strained, opportunities may feel delayed, yet inside you there is a sense of stillness. That stillness is not weakness, it is strength disguised as silence. It means your heart has learned to trust that everything happening has a purpose, even when your eyes cannot see it. It means you are no longer fighting against life, but flowing with it, knowing that every wave carries you closer to the shore you were meant to reach. This peace is often the result of growth. People who have not been tested may never understand it, but when you have walked through storms before and survived, you begin to realize that chaos does not last forever. You carry the lessons of your past, and those lessons whisper to you in the dark moments, "This too shall pass." And when you begin to believe it, your spirit settles into calmness. That is when you know that life is shaping you, preparing you, and aligning you for blessings that could not arrive if you were still ruled by fear. There is also a hidden beauty in this peace. It makes you untouchable to negativity. Normally, when chaos hits, people around you may try to spread their fear, their doubts, and their complaints. But when your peace is stronger than their noise, you remain unshaken. You listen without absorbing, you observe without collapsing, and you move forward without losing yourself. That kind of strength does not come from the outside. It comes from within. It is the surest proof that you are maturing into someone capable of handling greater responsibilities and greater blessings. Success requires calmness under pressure, and this peace is a sign that you are ready for it. When you look closely, you will notice that this unexplainable peace also changes the way you make decisions. In the past, chaos might have led you to rash choices, to desperation, to running after quick fixes. But now you pause, you breathe, you think, and you act with clarity. Even when everything seems urgent, you know how to wait for the right moment. This patience and wisdom are gifts born out of inner peace. They protect you from mistakes, they guide you to the right opportunities, and they ensure that the blessings meant for you will not slip away. When you no longer allow pressure to dictate your path, you start walking with stability, and stability attracts success. It is also important to understand that peace in chaos is not just for survival. It is a preparation for abundance. If you cannot stay calm in the little storms, how will you manage the bigger blessings? Many times, life tests us with smaller challenges to see if we are ready for greater responsibility. If you can remain peaceful in the midst of financial struggles, relationship challenges, or health concerns, it shows that you have developed the maturity to handle more. It shows that success will not destroy you because you are no longer controlled by fear, panic, or anxiety. Your peace becomes your strength, and your strength becomes your anchor. Perhaps the most powerful part of this unexplainable peace is how it changes your vision. When you are restless, you cannot see clearly. Worry clouds your judgment, panic narrows your perspective, and fear blinds you to opportunities. But when you are calm inside, your vision expands. You begin to notice solutions that were hidden before. You see doors opening where others only see walls. You interpret setbacks differently, not as punishment, but as preparation. That shift in perspective is everything, because success is not only about what you do, but how you see. And when you see life with calmness, you attract blessings faster than ever. If you find yourself in a season where storms are raging, yet your heart feels strangely at ease, do not ignore it. That peace is not accidental. It is a clear sign that you are being guided towards a higher destiny. It is life's way of telling you that you are no longer who you used to be. You have grown. You have matured. You have stepped into a level of strength that many people never reach. And with that strength comes the ability to handle the blessings that are waiting for you. So when peace finds you in chaos, hold on to it, nurture it, protect it. Do not mistake it for emptiness or indifference. It is one of the strongest indicators that your path is being shifted towards success and blessings. It means the storms no longer control you because you have learned how to walk through them with calmness. And the moment you master peace in chaos, you are already living proof that your breakthrough is closer than you think. There is a special moment in life when doors begin to open that you never even knocked on, when opportunities come into your path that you could not have predicted, and when circumstances begin to align in ways that seem almost too perfect to be explained. These moments are not coincidences, they are signs. When opportunities begin to appear unexpectedly, it is a powerful indicator that life is shifting you towards success and blessings. You may not have planned for them, you may not have seen them coming, but when they arrive, they feel as though they were meant for you all along. What makes these unexpected opportunities so remarkable is that they often come at times when you least expect them, and sometimes at times when you feel least ready. You might be in a season of doubt, feeling like nothing is moving forward, and suddenly you meet the right person, hear the right words, or discover the right path. At first, it feels surprising, but deep down, you realize that this is no accident. It is alignment. It is life's way of moving you closer to what belongs to you. Opportunities are not always grand or obvious. Sometimes they come quietly, disguised as small steps, small chances, or even small conversations. A new connection, a phone call, a random encounter, or a task you were asked to do that leads to something much greater. What seems like a simple moment often becomes the key to unlocking a bigger door. That is why unexpected opportunities must be recognized, not dismissed. They are often seeds that, when nurtured, grow into blessings far beyond what you imagined. There is also a reason why opportunities appear when they do. They are not random, they are timed. Life rarely gives us opportunities before we are prepared for them. You may have waited months or years for something to change, but only when you are ready in heart and mind does the right opportunity show up. And sometimes the waiting period itself is the preparation. It teaches you patience, resilience, and discipline, so that when the opportunity finally comes, you know how to value it and use it wisely. It is also important to notice how opportunities connect with each other. One small opening can lead to another, and then another, until you find yourself standing in front of blessings you never thought possible. It is like stepping stones across a river. You may not see the full path, but each step carries you closer to the other side. When life begins placing those stones in front of you, it is a sign that you are being guided towards something greater. All you need to do is keep moving forward one step at a time. Another beautiful aspect of unexpected opportunities is how they often replace the things you thought you lost. Perhaps a job didn't work out, a relationship ended, or a plan failed. In the moment, it feels like rejection. But then, almost without warning, a better opportunity arises, something you would never have considered if the old path had not closed. What you thought was loss was actually redirection. Life was not taking something away from you, it was making space for something better. But with every opportunity comes responsibility. Recognizing the blessing is not enough. You must also act on it. Many people let opportunities slip away because they are afraid, hesitant, or distracted. They doubt themselves, thinking they are not good enough or not ready, and so they walk away from the very doors that could have changed their lives. When life begins to send unexpected opportunities your way, the greatest sign of growth is when you no longer hesitate out of fear. You trust, you step forward, and you embrace the unknown. That courage is what transforms opportunities into success. When opportunities begin to align, you will also notice how things feel lighter. Where before you struggled and forced, now things begin to flow more naturally. The right people show up, the right timing falls into place, the right ideas come to you. This sense of ease is not because life has become easy, but because you are being carried in the right direction. When you are walking in alignment with blessings, you no longer have to chase desperately. What belongs to you begins to find its way to you. Think about how many of the greatest stories of success began with unexpected moments. Someone taking a chance, someone meeting a stranger, someone saying yes to something small that later became something life-changing. These moments remind us that we cannot always predict how life will unfold, but we can remain open to its surprises. Every opportunity is a gift, and the unexpected ones are often the clearest evidence that your life is moving into a season of success and blessing. So if you find opportunities appearing in your life in ways you cannot explain, do not dismiss them as coincidences. Pay attention. They are signals that you are being guided, that your waiting is ending, and that new doors are opening for you. Each opportunity, no matter how small, has the potential to carry you closer to your breakthrough. And the fact that they are arriving unexpectedly means one thing: your story is shifting, your season is changing, and your blessings are drawing near. Embrace them with courage, gratitude, and readiness, because they are not random. They are meant for you. One of the clearest and sometimes most painful signs that life is shifting you towards success and blessings is when toxic people and destructive habits begin to fall away from your life. At first, It may not feel like a blessing at all. It can feel like loss, like rejection, or like loneliness. People you once considered close may suddenly drift apart. Habits you once enjoyed begin to feel heavy and empty. The environments you used to find comfort in start to make you restless. You may even ask yourself, why am I losing people? Why does this feel so uncomfortable? But in reality, this is not loss, it is cleansing. Life is removing what no longer serves you, creating space for what is meant to carry you into your next chapter. Every journey towards success and blessings requires room, and toxic people or habits take up that space. Imagine trying to grow a garden while weeds are choking the soil. No matter how much sunlight and water you provide, the flowers cannot grow until the weeds are removed. The same is true with your life. Toxic influences drain your energy, cloud your clarity, and keep you tied to cycles that delay your growth. That is why when life begins shifting you towards something greater, one of the first signs is that these influences start leaving. Sometimes gently, sometimes abruptly, but always with purpose. It is important to understand that not everyone can go with you where you are going. Some people were only meant to be part of your past, not your future. They may have taught you lessons, shared certain seasons, or walked with you for a while, but once your path requires higher standards, not everyone will meet them. This does not mean they are bad people, it simply means their chapter in your story has ended. Holding on to them out of fear or nostalgia only slows down your progress. When they leave, it may hurt, but it is also freedom. Life is removing what could block you from receiving greater blessings. The same applies to habits. Many of the things you once did daily without thought begin to feel empty when your life is shifting. It might be endless scrolling, wasting time on gossip, indulging in distractions, or holding on to routines that comfort you but do not grow you. Suddenly, these things lose their satisfaction. You no longer find joy in them because your spirit is outgrowing them. And when you outgrow something, trying to return to it feels wrong, like wearing clothes that no longer fit. That discomfort is not a punishment. It is a signal that your life is moving forward. Sometimes, this process of release feels like isolation. You may find yourself walking alone for a while, without the same people around you, without the same habits to fill your time. But this loneliness is not emptiness, it is preparation. It is the quiet before the arrival of new relationships, new opportunities, and new blessings. The silence that feels uncomfortable is actually the soil where new growth begins. Do not mistake the pruning for abandonment. It is shaping you so that when better things arrive, you will have the space and strength to embrace them fully. What is most powerful about this stage is how it changes your inner strength. When toxic people leave, you learn to stand on your own. When old habits fade, you discover new discipline. You begin to realize that you are capable of more than you thought. Without the constant noise of negativity, your mind becomes clearer. Without the weight of bad habits, your energy rises. You begin to see yourself differently. Not as someone dependent on what is familiar, but as someone strong enough to move forward into the unknown. That shift in identity is itself a blessing because success requires resilience, and resilience is born in moments of letting go. It is also worth remembering that blessings cannot come into a crowded space. If your life is filled with negativity, distractions, and unhealthy connections, there is no room for what is meant to grow you. That is why life begins to clear it out before your next season. The departure of certain people or the breaking of certain habits is not accidental, it is purposeful. It is a sign that you are being prepared for something greater, something that requires a lighter load and a freer heart. So when you notice toxic influences leaving your life, do not rush to fill the gap with more of the same. Instead, pause and recognize the gift of space. That emptiness is not to be feared, but embraced. It is in that space that new opportunities will find you, new people will value you, and new blessings will flourish around you. The pruning stage is always uncomfortable, but it is always followed by growth. If your life feels like it is losing people, habits, or routines, understand this: you are not losing what you need. You are losing what was holding you back. You are not being abandoned, you are being freed. The very things falling away are proof that life is shifting you towards a new chapter, one filled with success, peace, and blessings. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come disguised as endings. And if you can endure the release with patience, you will soon see that what you gained was far greater than what you lost. One of the most powerful signs that your life is shifting towards success and blessings is the growth of resilience and patience within you. It is easy to see blessings only as external things, wealth, opportunities, or recognition, but one of the greatest blessings is what happens inside of you. When you find yourself handling difficulties differently than before, when you realize that the storms which once broke you now strengthen you, it is a sign that transformation is already happening. Resilience and patience are not just virtues, they are proof that you are being prepared for greater things. Without them, Success would collapse under its own weight, but with them, success becomes sustainable. Resilience is the ability to rise again after being knocked down. In life, no one escapes failure, disappointment, or setbacks. The question is not whether you will face them, but how you will respond. In earlier stages of life, you may have crumbled under rejection, lost your focus in the face of challenges, or given up when things became too hard. But now you notice a shift. You endure with a new strength. Even when life hits you hard, you no longer remain on the ground. You rise, you try again, you learn from the pain instead of being destroyed by it. That is resilience, and it is a clear sign that your inner self is being shaped for success. Patience works hand in hand with resilience. While resilience gives you the ability to keep standing, patience gives you the wisdom to wait. Success does not come overnight, and blessings are not always delivered instantly. The waiting period can be the hardest season of all, because it tests your discipline, your focus, and your faith in the unseen. Impatience leads to rash decisions, shortcuts, and compromises that destroy futures. But when you notice yourself becoming more patient, when you can delay gratification, when you can endure the silence without panic, when you can trust that what is meant for you will arrive in its time, you are walking in maturity. Patience is the soil in which blessings grow. What is remarkable about resilience and patience is that they are rarely learned in comfort. They are forged in difficulty. The losses, the rejections, the delays, the betrayals, all of these painful moments are training grounds. Without realizing it, every challenge you have faced has been strengthening you for the future. That heartbreak that once made you doubt your worth gave you the wisdom to value yourself more deeply. That failure that embarrassed you in front of others gave you the courage to try again without fear of opinions. That long season of waiting that made you restless taught you how to remain grounded until the right opportunity appeared. Every trial leaves behind a gift, and those gifts are resilience and patience. This inner transformation is perhaps the clearest indicator that your life is shifting, because external blessings alone cannot prepare you for growth. Many people achieve sudden success only to lose it quickly because they lack the character to sustain it. They were not resilient enough to handle pressure or patient enough to build steadily. But when life has trained you to endure storms and to wait without desperation, you carry within you the strength to hold on to blessings when they arrive. Success does not overwhelm you because you have already been shaped by struggle. Another sign of growing resilience and patience is the way you view setbacks. Where once you might have seen them as the end, now you see them as redirection. Where once you might have fallen into despair, now you rise with perspective. You realize that every no is simply guiding you towards a better yes. Every delay is not denial, but preparation. Every hardship carries a lesson that will serve you in the future. This shift in mindset is proof that you are no longer the same person. You are stronger, wiser, and more equipped to walk into blessings without fear. Resilience also changes the way others see you. When people notice that you do not break under pressure, they begin to respect you differently. Your patience and strength inspire others, even if they never say it out loud. You become a source of stability in a world full of chaos. This influence is itself a form of success, because true success is not just what you achieve, but the example you set for others. When you carry resilience and patience, you carry leadership, and leadership attracts blessings and responsibility in ways you cannot imagine. Perhaps the greatest sign that resilience and patience are at work in your life is the calmness they bring. You no longer chase everything desperately. You no longer fear losing what was never meant for you. You walk steadily, knowing that what belongs to you cannot be taken, and what is taken was never meant for you. This calmness allows you to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. It allows you to embrace small progress, celebrate little victories, and keep hope alive even in dark times. That kind of calmness is rare, and it is one of the clearest signals that blessings are near. So if you find yourself facing storms with new strength or waiting with new patience, do not underestimate what it means. It means your life is shifting. It means you are no longer the person who breaks under pressure, but the one who grows through it. It means you are no longer desperate for instant results, but wise enough to trust the process. That resilience and patience are not small changes. They are powerful signs that success and blessings are drawing closer, because you have become strong enough to carry them. And once life knows you can carry them, nothing can stop them from reaching you. One of the clearest and most rewarding signs that life is shifting you towards success and blessings is when your effort finally begins to align with results. For so long, you may have poured your heart into something, working late nights, sacrificing comfort, pushing through obstacles, only to see little to no outcome. That season can be discouraging, because nothing feels heavier than giving your best and watching it go unnoticed. But then, a moment arrives when everything begins to change. Suddenly, your hard work starts bearing fruit. The time, energy, and sacrifices you once made in silence begin to show visible results. What once felt like struggle begins to flow. and what once felt hidden begins to shine. This alignment between effort and outcome is not accidental. It is one of the most powerful signals that success and blessings are finally reaching your life. There is a rhythm in life that often goes unnoticed. For a long time, you plant seeds, but nothing seems to grow. You water them, nurture them, and still the ground looks barren. But beneath the surface, something is happening. The roots are forming, the foundation is being built, and the soil is preparing for growth. That season of invisibility is necessary because growth that appears too quickly rarely lasts. When your effort aligns with results, it is a sign that your hidden work has matured, that the foundation has been set, and that the time for visible growth has finally arrived. What makes this moment so powerful is that it often comes when you are on the edge of giving up. Many people quit just before results begin to show, never realizing how close they were to breakthrough. But when you hold on, when you keep showing up, when you refuse to let discouragement stop you, you eventually reach the point where effort and results finally meet. And when they do, the satisfaction is unmatched. Every sacrifice suddenly feels worth it. Every delay makes sense. Every struggle becomes part of the story that led you to the harvest. The alignment of effort and results is also a sign of maturity. In earlier stages of life, effort may be scattered. You work hard, but in the wrong places. You pour energy into things that do not serve your future. But when your life begins to shift, clarity comes. You start putting effort into the right things, habits that build you, relationships that strengthen you, goals that fulfill you. And when your energy is directed with wisdom, results naturally follow. It is not just about working harder, but working smarter, with focus and discipline. That shift is what transforms effort into success. Another sign of this alignment is the way doors begin to open more easily. Where before you struggled endlessly to make progress, now things begin to flow. The right opportunities appear, the right connections are made, and the right timing unfolds. This does not mean life becomes effortless, but it does mean that your effort is finally being rewarded. You are no longer pushing against closed doors. You are walking through open ones. That ease is a sign that you are aligned with the direction of your blessings, that your steps are finally in harmony with your destiny. It is also important to understand that this stage does not only bring external success, it transforms you internally. When you see your effort rewarded, your confidence grows, you begin to believe more deeply in yourself, in your path, and in the timing of your life. That belief fuels even greater effort, which in turn creates even greater results. It becomes a cycle of growth, a momentum that carries you forward. This is why alignment between effort and results is such a powerful sign. It does not just give you success, it sustains it by building the inner strength to keep moving. There is a deep sense of gratitude that comes with this stage as well. When you have waited for results, struggled for progress, and endured seasons of silence, the moment of alignment does not make you arrogant, it makes you humble. You know what it cost you to reach this point, and you value every blessing that comes your way. This humility protects your success because it keeps you grounded. You no longer take opportunities for granted, nor do you waste the fruit of your labor because you know the price you paid to get here. Gratitude becomes your shield, ensuring that your blessings last. Perhaps the most beautiful part of this stage is how it affects others. When people see your results, they may think it happened suddenly. But you know the truth that it was years of unseen effort finally manifesting. Your story becomes a testimony to perseverance. Your success inspires others not to quit, not to lose faith in their own process. You become living proof that effort is never wasted, that patience is never in vain, and that blessings come in their perfect time. So if you find yourself in a season where your effort is finally being matched with results, recognize it for what it is. A powerful sign that life is shifting you towards success and blessings. Do not take it lightly. Honor the process that brought you here, keep nurturing the habits that sustained you, and remain grateful for the journey. The alignment of effort and results is not just the end of one chapter, it is the beginning of many more. It means your life has reached a rhythm of growth, and once you are in that rhythm, the blessings that follow are limitless.